Hi everyone, I'm Heather Poduska, star maker to entrepreneurs who want to find their authentic voice so they can command any stage. Welcome to Thrive, the show where I bring you tips, resources, and people to help you create a more abundant life and business. You're in for high-value content coming to you from industry leaders who are growing their business, making an impact, and rocking their brands. And today I am so thrilled to have my special guest here, Mala Ramakrishnan. Mala's passion is to empower women. Being a single mother, she was left homeless in 2011, struggling to survive on her own with 3 young children for over 3 years. Finally, her prayers were answered when she discovered the iSuccess Foundation, where she found her mentor, Surya Sparks. Now, Mala is a business and life coach who runs her own team at iSuccess. She's been featured in Singapore's national paper, international television, Vasantham Central, and also co-authored the book, Once a Queen, Always a Queen. It is truly my sheer joy and honor to have Mala on the show with us today. I know her story is going to touch your heart as it touches millions of people. Welcome, Mala. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Heather.
Yeah, and it's such a treat to have you here. The audience doesn't know that you flew in on Friday from Singapore to be here.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and what are you doing in town?
Oh, well, I was on the same stage as you at Harvard University Business Forum, and we were speaking there.
Yeah. And so what made you decide to come to Harvard all the way from Singapore to do your talk?
If I can be very raw.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't know what Harvard was.
I love it. Oh my gosh. So you didn't know what Harvard was?
I didn't know. I didn't have a clue what Harvard is. So last year, my mentor came here, Surya Muhammad, and she, with a big, huge team, 9 of them from iSuccess, came here and they spoke. And I was like wondering, what is this Harvard? What place is this Harvard? And why are they so excited about Harvard? So when I went to Google it, I was like, oh my God, Harvard! So I decided then I want to be a speaker at Harvard.
Yeah.
And the opportunity came by in September, October last year. And my mentor, it was just open to the floor and said, who wants to go to Harvard? And I didn't even take a second to think. And I said, I want to go. And I immediately clicked on the button and I registered. When I registered, I had no money with me.
Wow.
I had no money with me.
Wow.
And the amount that I had to pay, when it convert to Singapore dollars, plus my flight and accommodation for 1 week stay here, it will cost me about 15,000 Singapore dollars.
15,000 Singapore dollars to come and make this trip.
Yes.
And you had no money.
And I had no money. I was having an active income because I was working as a secretary and day-to-day lifestyle, and that's it. I had no money. And I was like telling, how am I going to pay? I don't know how I'm going to pay, but I'm going. I just set intention, I am going. So I just registered, and then I spoke to my mentor. I said, I've registered, and she was like very excited for me, and she was like, wow, that's a very big step that you have taken. And I was like, I'm going, that's it, I'm going. I don't know how, I don't care how, but I am going. So I worked towards it, I worked really hard towards it, and voila, here I am.
That is incredible. That is incredible that you set that intention and you made it happen. You flew literally across the globe to come to Harvard University, which you had never heard of before.
Never.
And spoke on the stage. And I was there observing. I was there as an observer to watch everybody speak. And your talk, Mala, moved me so profoundly. That's why I wanted to have you on the show, because
thank you.
As a mom, 3 kids of my own, and your determination to pull your life out of struggle is so inspirational, and your commitment to your vision. The fact that you are sitting in this chair right now, I'm going to start crying. I have goosebumps all over. It's incredible. So share with our audience. I got to hear your incredible speech at Harvard, and I'm getting chills again. But share your story with the audience. How did you find yourself without enough money to come here and backtrack, and being a secretary, that your life was not always speaking on the stage at Harvard? No. How did you, let's rewind the tape a little bit.
Okay, I'm not a speaker at all. I don't know how to speak on stages, seriously.
This is not true.
Seriously, I really don't know how to speak on stages. I did not study about the body languages, who to see, who to look, nothing. I know nothing. So, but it's my dream. My dream is always, I always have this vision that I'm on a very huge stage and I've got thousands of audience and they are listening to me. I'm having goosebumps now.
Yeah.
And they are like watching and listening to me. So that was my dream. It's a movie running in my head day in, day out. And I want to be there. I want to be there one day. So I want to backtrack a little bit, rewind my life story a little bit.
Yes.
I got married when I was 29. And I'm the youngest of the 7 children. And I lost my mom when I was 13 years old. And my whole world just crashed. Because I didn't have a very good relationship with my dad. Back home in Singapore, Asians, they are not like very open-minded. They are very conservative. It's like, I've never touched my dad. I've never.
Like a hug.
No. A guy should not touch a woman. It doesn't matter whether your father, daughter, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, no, only husband and wife. So that is the mindset I grew up in. So I've never touched my dad. And my relationship with him was not good at all. And I didn't speak much with him, and he was just a provider for us because we didn't have a mother, so he will cook, he will go to work, and he will do everything that we need, and we grew up. And I lost him when I was 28. And that's when I realized, it's like, shit, I'm an orphan. I've got no one. I've got 6 other siblings with me, but the relationship was not like very wonderful, you know. I was only very good with one sister of mine. We had very warm relationship. Then at age 29, I met my ex-husband. He was my boyfriend then. He's from UK. He's a British white. He came to Singapore and we met, and then I was working for him, doing something for him, and we started talking, and then I flew into UK just in 1 month when I knew him. And we got married 8 months later, and we have 3 beautiful children. I've got a boy who is 16 years old now, and 2 girls, lovely girls, who is 14 and 12.
Nice.
So my marriage was going on quite good, and lasted about 7 years, and I found out some hidden truth about him, and I was shocked, and I couldn't go on living with him anymore, so I decided to go ahead with a divorce. And that's when that was the painful beginning of my divorce, because everything just crashed again. It was just like second crash of the world. After first was my mom, second was my marriage. It's gone. So I was forced to sell our matrimonial flat by him because he wanted to settle his debts with the bank for his credit cards. So he forced me to sell the matrimonial flat, and me and my 3 kids literally became homeless. We had nowhere to go, and my relatives, they couldn't really give me a place to stay because everybody had their families with them. Back in Singapore, we live together with parents. It's not like a Western country where the children will like move out when they're at a certain age and all that. We live together until they get married, can be like 20, 30, 40 years old, whatever age, they still live together. So none of my relatives had enough space to let me and my 3 children live there in their houses. So finally I found a very small room for me and my 3 children to live, and we stayed like a sardine in a tin. And after that, it was like really a big struggle for me, and I had to do 3 jobs to support my children because my husband decided to leave Singapore and he didn't pay any child maintenance.
No child support.
No child support, nothing. So I did 3 jobs. I was a secretary by profession, and evenings I used to give tuitions, and on weekends I used to do a part-time maid job. I go around cleaning people's house, and I'll bring my little girls with me because that's the only bonding time I had with them, and I really missed my children so much. I became such a provider, and I forgot how to become a mother. I just missed on that part. So that was the time when we were doing this cleaning job in the one of the people's house. It really hurt me because I saw those little fingers. They were 4 and 6. They were helping me clean the toilets. It was so painful.
I can imagine.
And I always asked myself, how long do I have to go through this? It's like many times I didn't even have $10 in my wallet. No doubt I did 3 jobs because I had to pay the rent. I had a helper in the house, so I have to pay her salary. I have to pay levy. And I have to pay children's school money. I have to pay for the food. I have to pay for the transport. And I have to take care of my transport. And I never bought anything for myself. I hardly bought anything for myself. So there was one day when we were going to my sister's house. Singapore is very hot. And my children stopped me and they were asking me, say, Mommy, could you please get us a drink? And I went bizarre. I looked at them, eyes very big open, fierce, angry. And I shouted at them, saying, who do you think I am? Do you think I'm printing money? And they went quiet. None of them spoke a word. When I saw their reaction, I just stood on the floor, on the roadside. I cried and I was hitting myself and I was asking me, what am I doing? What am I doing to my children? I worked so hard. And they are so scared of me because I saw that fear in their eyes. I couldn't take it. I felt so guilty. Well, the truth is, when they asked me for a drink, I didn't even have any money in my wallet. I couldn't even afford a drink for them. That is the day I decided, I'm not going to live my life being broke. I'm not going to be a monster to my little children. I want to be their mother. I want to be their friend. I want to give them the best that they deserve. I want to bring them up with confidence. I want them to be empowered when they grow up, and I want to be a good role model in their life. So I was searching and searching and searching. How can I make my dream come true? I wanted to achieve something in life. And that is when I came across iSuccess Academy. And I met my mentor, Surya Muhammad. And the first day when I met her, I was a very arrogant woman. I gave her a third-degree look, as if I knew everything in the world. And she was there so humble. She was holding me with so much of warmth and love. And I could feel it. I could feel her love. And still, I'm not giving in. I'm like blocking it, you know. I'm like, no, you are not coming near me. I'm pushing you away. I guess it's all the bitterness that I've gone through in life has made me such a hard person. And she was like telling, I was at an event and there were a lot of successful stories going on in that event. And I was like thinking, what the hell is this event all about? You know, and who is she? Why is everybody like praising her, talking so good about her? And I chanced upon an opportunity where I was invited for one of her events. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll just give a try. I've tried a lot of things, from being a secretary, from being a cleaner, from being a tuition teacher, from doing some other platforms, from selling stuff, from being saleswoman, and everything I've tried. So why not just give another try? What have I got to lose at the end, yeah? So I went for the event, and she blew my mind off. Oh my God, she was super amazing. She spoke about her life story, and I was crying. I was like, she's a millionaire, she's a celebrity, and she's so humble, and she's so raw, telling every one of us her life story. And I was like, who the hell is this woman? I need to know her. So I went and I signed up for her program, and I learned a lot. She taught us how to change your mindset, how to change your negative situation into your positive situation. And she taught us how we can actually turn our Facebook into my own ATM machine, which I did. I applied everything that she taught me on personal branding, on how we can pose, how we can upload the pictures, what kind of pictures to upload, and a lot of things on personal branding, what kind of things to tell, how we can do a live video. And I do a lot of live videos now. And on my first month itself, I earned $4,000.
That's incredible. Incredible.
That made a huge difference for us.
Yeah.
And that was during December. And I thought I will take my children out of Singapore for New Year. And that was our first vacation out of Singapore for New Year. And we went to Batam. And Batam is just across Singapore. It's about 30 minutes ferry ride.
Oh my goodness.
It's in Jakarta. So we went there. I booked 2 connecting bedrooms. First time again.
Wow.
And my kids were like so excited. My girls were running from this room to that room and from that room to this room, and they were jumping on the bed, and I stood there crying because to see them so happy, God, it's priceless.
Oh my God.
It's priceless.
What a story. What a story. I remember hearing it for the first time, and I just thought, any problem that I think that I have, right? Any struggle that's in front of me, and I'm not cleaning toilets with my children, right? Is nothing. And your drive and determination and that vision, and there are probably people that are in situations that are like that didn't have that and are still there.
Yeah.
So why do you think you had that spark somewhere in your heart, in your mind, in your body that said, I want more, I deserve more, there's something else for me?
Yeah. Well, I grew up, I was born poor. So I grew up in a poor family, and my dad have 7 children. And one of my sisters, she became a widow at the age of 27.
Wow.
And she had 2 little boys with her. And they were 1 and 2 years old. And she did not put in effort for herself or her children. She was depending on all of us. And she would come and say, I've got no food at home, I've got no money. So I would steal small packets of rice, 2 potatoes, onions, apple, washing powder, all those kind of little things I will steal from my own home because I do not want my dad to know, because he will be worrying more. And I'll put everything in my school bag. And before going to school, I'll go and meet up with her and I give her everything. I say, go cook, and I'll go to school. So when I became a single mother, her story ran in my mind. And I was like, I'm not going to be, depending on anybody. It's like, I want to be an independent woman.
Yeah.
I want to do something different. I want to give my children the best, because I saw how my nephews, they felt ashamed when my sister was not able to provide. And I don't want that to happen to my children. So I told myself, if I can make a difference to impact the world, I will do it.
Well, you are doing it, sister. You are doing it. So I know that there are probably women out there that are going to see this video who are single, or maybe even not single, but have kids and they're not providing. They might be living with shame. They might be struggling. They might, who knows what their struggles are. I mean, one thing that I learned from being at that event is everybody is the walking wounded. Everybody has a story, and you don't know by looking at someone what their story is.
Yes.
But everybody has a story. So what would your message be to someone out there who's in their rock bottom right now, and they don't know how to get out, but they want something better? Because I think we all want that. I mean, we all want to be able to provide and feel that our children are proud of us and that we can take care of ourselves and them. Right.
Well, my message is, if you're watching this and you are in a stuck position, where you couldn't move anywhere, dream big. Just dream big. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the dreams. Don't worry if, how, can I, would I. Don't worry about all that. Just one thing in the mind. I am I am is a very powerful word. I am. I can achieve it. I am successful. I am a speaker.
You are a speaker.
Oh, yes. So just dream big, just go for it, work hard for it, don't give up. Remember one thing, I will just say one thing. If you think that you have tried many things, I've tried doing this, I've tried doing that, and then it didn't work, I failed. You're not a failure. You're an achiever. You're only a failure when you give up.
I love that.
So don't give up.
Tell them.
Don't give up. All the beautiful ladies out there, if you're thinking you're fat, short, you can't do it, you're ugly, you got no good hairdo, you got no money, you got nothing, your boyfriend, your husband just left you, your kids are screaming, you got no milk to give them, you got no food to give them, don't worry about that. Just dream big. Believe in yourself. When you start believing in yourself and you dream big, you will achieve it.
And you are such an incredible role model.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking at Harvard, here on the Thrive Show, living and providing for your family. So if people want to find out more about you, Mala, where can they find you?
Well, they can go into my Facebook because I don't have a name card or anything. I'm just on Facebook. It's mala.rama.12.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your story and for being such an inspiration to me personally and to everybody who's going to hear your story through this show and through your speaking. And I know that you are going to be on a stage in front of thousands and thousands of people.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Heather.
Absolutely.
I just want to say something. No matter whatever achievements that you have made, once you become successful, just remember one thing. I am nothing, but I'm given everything by Him. So just make use of that. Be humble. Always be humble, people, because when you are being humble, being grateful, be thankful to the Creator who has created you, abundance will flow.
Awesome. One last question. What does it mean to you to thrive, Mala?
Oh my God. Heather, what a question. Well, it's a great opportunity for me. I mean, I'm very, very, very honored to be in your show. It's like when I met you, I was like, Heather, oh my God, it's Heather. And now I'm here in your show. It's a great opportunity. Thank you so much for having me on Thrive. I really, really hope my story will be a message to others, and my story can touch people's heart, and they will wake up and go and achieve their dreams.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Heather.
And thank you all for joining us as well. As always, until next time, here's to hitting all your high notes, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.